Right now, on the morning of Monday the 20th of July, 2026, the United Kingdom is waking up to a warm and largely settled summer's day, but if you are planning to commute, drive, or spend any time outdoors today, there are some genuinely important things you need to know before you leave the house. July is consistently the UK's warmest month of the year, and this week is shaping up to confirm exactly that. High pressure that dominated much of Central and Northern Europe over the weekend is pushing into British airspace today, bringing prolonged sunny spells across England and Wales. Scotland and Northern Ireland are facing a very different picture, however, with Atlantic weather fronts bringing low cloud, patchy rain, and temperatures running several degrees cooler than the south. The headline risk today is not simply warmth, it is a UV index climbing into the high category across southern England this afternoon. Whether you're commuting, driving long distance, or heading out with the family, this briefing covers everything you need to plan your Monday safely and confidently. Let us go region by region. In London and the southeast, skies are largely clear this morning with temperatures climbing into the mid to upper 20s Celsius by midday, roughly 77 to 82 degrees Fahrenheit for our international viewers. The Midlands, covering Birmingham and Coventry, are seeing a similar pattern with strong sunshine through the morning and isolated shower clouds possible by this evening. In Yorkshire and the Humber, conditions are more variable today, expect a mix of sunshine and cloud, with a brief shower not out of the question by late afternoon. Moving to the northwest, Manchester and Liverpool will see overcast skies through the morning before sunny intervals develop around noon. Wales is enjoying warm sunshine, particularly in the south around Cardiff. Scotland is today's clear outlier. Edinburgh and Glasgow are sitting under an active weather front, bringing low cloud, patchy rain, and temperatures running around 5 degrees below southern England. Northern Ireland is similarly affected, with showers possible at any point through the day. Here is the number that matters most today, and the one that most people still dangerously underestimate. Across southern England and Wales, the UV index is expected to peak at level 6 to 7 this afternoon, classified as high on the standard UK UV scale. At that level, unprotected skin can begin to burn in as little as 15 to 20 minutes during the peak exposure window, which runs from roughly 11 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. The NHS recommends a minimum of SPF 30 for fair skin on days like today, and for children that recommendation rises to SPF 50+ without exception. Air temperatures across central and southern England are expected to peak at around 26 to 28 degrees Celsius, comfortably warm, but not at the threshold that would trigger a formal heat health alert from the UK Health Security Agency. Do not be misled by that fact, though. Today is an absolute minimum factor day. If you will be outdoors for more than 15 minutes at any point this afternoon, apply sunscreen before you leave and reapply every 2 hours. For drivers, today presents a specific set of challenges that are easy to dismiss until something goes wrong. The RAC has highlighted how summer heat affects both road surfaces and driver alertness in ways that wet or cold weather simply does not replicate. Tire pressure is the most commonly overlooked issue during warm spells, as tarmac temperatures rise significantly above the air temperature on exposed motorways. Underinflated tires carry a genuinely elevated blowout risk. Before any long journey today, take 2 minutes to check your tire pressures cold. Visibility is a separate concern entirely. The low morning sun in mid-July sits at precisely the angle to blind eastbound drivers during the morning commute and westbound drivers in the early evening. A clean windscreen and a pair of sunglasses in the car are non-negotiable items for today's roads. Check your coolant and water levels before setting off on any journey over an hour. Engine overheating is significantly more common in July than any other month of the year. Beyond the UV risk, there are broader health considerations that are specific to today. Many households across urban centres like London, Birmingham, and Manchester will not have fully cooled down overnight from the weekend's warmth, meaning a significant proportion of people are beginning Monday already mildly sleep-deprived and dehydrated without realising it. Both conditions impair concentration and reaction time, relevant whether you are driving, working at a desk, or navigating a busy high street. The elderly and very young children are the most vulnerable groups on days like today. NHS England recommends actively checking on older relatives who live alone, particularly those without air conditioning or electric fans. If you are planning to exercise outdoors, running, cycling, or even a brisk lunchtime walk, do so before 10 in the morning or after 4 in the afternoon to avoid the peak UV and heat window. Target at least 2 liters of water throughout the day, and know the early warning signs of heat exhaustion, dizziness, clammy skin, weakness, and rapid breathing. July 2026 has been an exceptionally busy month for outdoor events and leisure activity across the UK. This weekend marked the Belgian Grand Prix, with Sky Sports broadcasting live, and the broader cultural and sporting calendar continues at pace as we move through the final stretch of July. For anyone attending outdoor events or visiting parks today, the advice is consistent: arrive carrying water, apply sunscreen before you leave home rather than on arrival, and plan for afternoon conditions that feel noticeably more intense than the headline temperature when you are standing on exposed ground for extended periods. Parks across London have been reporting high visitor footfall throughout this month. Transport for London Standard summer guidance is in effect for underground passengers. Some lines, notably the Central and Jubilee, can reach or exceed 30 degrees Celsius inside carriages even on moderate temperature days. If you are travelling into central London by tube today, carry a bottle of water and consider shifting your journey outside the peak windows of 7:30 to 9 o'clock and 16:30 to 18:30 if your schedule permits. Let's be specific. Here are the most actionable steps you can take today. For drivers, check coolant and water before any journey over an hour, increase your following distance on motorways where sun glare reduces effective reaction time, and treat sunglasses as mandatory equipment for both the morning and evening commute. For public transport users, the peak heat windows on trains and the underground coincide exactly with the peak crowding windows. A 30-minute shift in your departure time will make a tangible difference to both comfort and safety. For cyclists, the safest urban cycling window today is 6 to 8 o'clock in the morning, before road surface temperatures climb and motor traffic builds to summer Monday levels. For pedestrians, use shaded routes during the early to mid-afternoon wherever possible. Wear a hat if you are out for more than 20 minutes, and do not rely solely on thirst as your hydration cue. In warm weather, feeling thirsty already indicates you are behind on fluids. Plan these small adjustments ahead of time, and today is entirely manageable. Looking beyond today, the synoptic pattern over the British Isles suggests broadly similar conditions persisting through at least midweek. High pressure looks set to maintain warm and largely settled weather across England and Wales on Tuesday and Wednesday, with temperatures in some southern areas potentially edging a degree or two above today's peak. Forecasters are watching a series of Atlantic disturbances that could bring a more unsettled pattern from Thursday onwards, particularly targeting Scotland, Northern Ireland, and the north of England. If you have travel plans heading north or to the west coast of Scotland later this week, build flexibility into your schedule from Thursday. For southern England, the second half of the week currently looks drier and warmer than seasonal averages, continuing the run of settled summer conditions that has characterized much of this July. The picture for the coming weekend will sharpen considerably by Wednesday. Do check back for updated forecasts as the week progresses, as the situation could shift relatively quickly. To bring everything together, on Monday the 20th of July, 2026, the UK is split between warm, largely settled conditions across England and Wales, and cooler, cloudier weather in Scotland and Northern Ireland. The single most important risk today is the high UV index across the south. Protect your skin before you step outside, limit your direct sun exposure between 11 and 3, and stay consistently well hydrated throughout the day. Drivers need to check tires and coolant before long journeys, and must be alert to morning and evening sun glare at peak commuting times. Public transport users should carry water at all times, particularly on the London Underground. If this daily briefing has helped you plan your Monday more effectively, please give the video a thumbs up, share it with a friend or colleague who is traveling today, and subscribe to the channel so you receive a daily UK weather and travel update every single morning throughout the summer.